Welcome back to the channel. I'm here today for Microdwarf 2526, hosted by Gail of Gail's Southern Living and Carol from Broke But Bountifully Blessed 532. Now this is a collab centered around growing microdwarf tomatoes. And it started November 1st and it will end March 31st of 2026. And there's a giveaway in April for a $25 gift certificate. Now, this is an open collab. Anyone can join, from newbie gardeners to those who've been gardening for decades. And if you don't have any microdwarf tomato seeds, Carol will send them to you for free, but she's not able to send them to Canada. So sorry about that. One of the good things about the collab is that people are going to be sharing their tips and tricks about growing them, as well as their successes and failures. So you can learn a lot. Carol's been growing them for quite a while. In fact, I had never heard of microdwarf tomatoes until she mentioned it in a video. And I was inspired by her indoor gardening as well as her balcony gardening, so much so that when my daughter moved into her new home, I gifted her a lot of my plants to make room for growing food inside. So these are 3 of my microdwarf tomatoes. They look a little sad. They've been through something. I started them, I'm not sure when, maybe the end of June, early July. And my daughter ended up with all the starts inadvertently. But I was fine with that. I was going to share with her anyways. And I knew when I visited her, I could, snatch some and bring them back home. And, but instead of doing that, I took cuttings, and unfortunately, the cuttings that I took all died. So that was a big fail. But when I went back in October, I took these 3 plants that you see. Actually, there's more than that. There's a little extra one growing in here that I cut way back, and it's starting to do something. And this plant, this one's probably the healthiest of them, has a little friend in here that's struggling, but it's got some new growth way at the bottom. They got touched by frost and they were not very happy. So I'm not sure how they're going to do, but if you'll notice, I do have some tomatoes. There's a little tomato here, and there's little tomatoes right there. So we'll see what happens. I've got my fingers crossed. I don't know the names of these plants really, but I do know that I have seeds for Tiny Tim, which I suspect, maybe Carol or Gail would know, might be the smallest one. And then a coin one. I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm not even going to try. And then I have seeds for Little Red Riding Hood. So I'm going to be starting some new seeds, and we'll see how that goes. I feel bad for these plants, but they're hanging in there. So if you're interested in participating, I will include links in the description. And like I said, if you don't have any microdwarf tomato seeds, Carol will actually send them to you for free as long as you live in the States. So thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.